Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. You're joining us here again at Interlagos off the back of the Clios from the last stream. We're staying here at Interlagos to see the Super GTs do their second round, take on the second round. We had a humdinger of a race, an absolute cracking race last week at Autopolis in these Group 2 cars, and Interlagos always kicks up an interesting race, so wow, watch this space, because I think things are going to get hot in here. So let's take off all our clothes. Yeah. So let's get ourselves acquainted with the rules of the Super GT. At 10 to the hour, in 6 minutes or so, there will be a 3-lap race that will determine the grid for race 1. It'll be a rolling start with the grid set in reverse championship order until the last 3 rounds, where the drop score table will take over from the standard table. All drivers will use super soft tyres. So they've all got to use super soft tyres in that 3-lap race, sprint race for the qualifying. That's how you do it, F1. Race 1 will be a 40-minute endurance race using the super soft and medium tyre. Both compounds must be used for a minimum of 5 full laps before pitting. This will include the outlap and the inlap. Grid will be determined by the qualifying race. Any late arrivals will start to the back of the grid. In first in order, grid will start, false starts enabled. Then will be a short break, and then we'll go on to race 2 for another 40-minute endurance race. But the drivers then have to use the soft and the hard tyre compounds. Again, compounds must be used for a minimum of 5 full laps before pitting. This will include the outlap and the inlap. The grid will be determined by the reverse results of race 1, and it'll be a rolling start. So, super stuff. Let's have a look around. There is Mr. Skyjacker in his Nissan, the monster Nissan, and Anton Poika, a winner from last week. The two Finns dominated. Absolutely dominated. Haase and Anton Poika, it was a masterclass in Group 2 driving. And Interlagos, the Honda, is meant to be twitchier than some of the others, so on these curbs and changes of direction, we'll see how the Honda fares. But after the first round, yeah, these guys have, the rest of the pack they're going to have to find some extra speed somewhere. Ensign Newart's in the chat saying hi Thingy, hi Ensign, and Skyjack saying good evening sir. Why hello. So yes, the Finns are definitely the ones to watch. Anton Poika and, like I said, Haase, great strategy. Both went on opposing strategies, and Anton Poika lost it in the first race, not lost it, but lost the lead with his strategy in the first race, and Haase just couldn't quite catch him up in the second race. But yeah, them two absolutely blinding. I'll get to a table in a minute. We've got 3 minutes. I should probably do the table from last week instead of doing a rundown. Excuse me. So I've told you all about the rules. Let's get on to the info. There's Homesick having a practice start. I do like to try and get in car for them. He'll probably have another, or not. Well, if not, you'll get a lap around Interlagos. Well, I find the table. I can tell you the grid order, but that'll give away the table. You know what I mean? You have to work it out, count backwards. So, after 1 round, Anton Poika is your championship leader on 33 points. Haase is second on 31 points. Racer Brown, third with 26 points. Homesick Alien, fourth on 24 points. Sharen, fifth on 22 points. Guesty is sixth on 21 points. Skyjacker, seventh on 17 points. Cthulhu, 8th on 13 points. Jim, 9th on 12 points. Ensign Newark, 10th on 11 points. Bandit is 11th on 10 points. Digital Blasphemy 12th on 9 points. Web Smurfer 13th on 8 points. And I think Web Smurfer, doesn't he struggle to be able to get the first race? I think he got here just after we started the first race. He should ask, because I think he races in something just before. So Web Smurfer, it could be shaky if he'll be here for the beginning of the race. So yes, like I said, Finn's leading the way. Oh God, that wasn't the right thing to do then. Didn't even look to see where Homesick was, to see if he was in the middle of a ripper. Sorry, just pulled away. Because I've been busy reading things, I panic when I haven't looked at the screen for a while. Racer Brown in the chat saying hello. Why, hello. Don't be shy. Oh, that's my keys if you thought. Say hello. I'll tell you, my warm beverage is brought to you by McAfee this evening, but not that warm because I've nearly finished already. We're not even at qualifying. Racer Brown is asking if we're ready. Are you ready to have a sup of this cold coffee? Yeah. It's not even as good as the coffee I make at home. So, but it goes nice with the Big Mac. And get this, Big Mac. Now I'm going to tell you, don't hate, but when I order a Big Mac, I add mustard and ketchup. It's fantastic. I don't know what it is, but with that mustard and ketchup in there, on top of its sauce, Let me just finish this weak coffee. Yeah. So, it's alright, I'll wash that down with a Red Bull. I'll get rid of the taste of that with a Red Bull. Jim, do not be defeatist, my friend. He wants to get it over and done with. Oh, Koi in the chat saying, good evening, honourable gentlemen. Why, hello, Koi Cup. It's nice to have you here. So here we go. And Skyjacker being an arse right at the end. He had to be, didn't he? Or he probably did it and I missed it, so he's done it again, but... Alright. And Racer Brown has now started the final. We told you... Oh, I didn't tell you the lineup, but, I mean, I don't think they're all here anyway, are they? I haven't seen Bunny, I haven't seen Liam Anfield. Web Smurfer's not here yet. Turtle's not taking part this week. So Ensign Hewitt should be on pole with Jim, Cthulhu, Skyjacker, Guesty, Shiren, Homesick Alien, Racer Brown, Haza, and Anton Poika. That is the lineup. Oh, Bandit is here. Sorry, I apologise. You're still down as Turtle in Mr. Brown's race info. I'd get on that. I'd tell him. I'm the Bandit now, boy. They do what the Bandit says. Oh, the Bandit comes to get you. He still says Turtle Racing on the back. He hasn't given up with that Turtle at all. He's the Turtle Bandit. So, the Turtle Bandit leads them away in this 3-lap sprint to determine the grid. I think he should give, I don't know. I think there should be points. Is there a point for pole? There might be. Well, Bandit doing a cracking job. They're all on the Racing Super Softs. Ensign Hewitt in his Lexus in second. Jim there in the Lexus also third. He's got Cthulhu nipping at his heels and Skyjacker right behind Cthulhu. They're down the straight now. This would be a lovely shot if it was a good shot of them all. A little nudge from Skyjacker onto Cthulhu there. Guesty staying out of trouble, just sitting behind. He knows it's only qualifying. And this race is not going to be won by doing some harsh dives. Bandit still leads with Ensign Hewitt in second. Jim third, but Cthulhu looking up the inside of Jim. Jim standing fast, staying on the apex. Jim wins the corner. He nearly lost it, but he's got it, and now Cthulhu's in trouble from Skyjacker. No, Skyjacker's back. Skyjacker's had a little spin. Why? Why? Why did that have to happen to Skyjacker? So Bandit then leads the way with Ensign Hewitt. Jim in third. Cthulhu in fourth with Homesick Alien now having a little nip at it's Nissan v Nissan up the hill, and they've got Racer Brown, Danger Man, just there on in touching distance. They've completed 2 laps now, these guys, or just about to. Shiren 7th, Anton Poika in 8th. 9th is Haza, with Guesty slipping back in 10th, and Skyjacker again off the road. This is not, let's get it all out of his system in the first 3 laps. And then save up something banging for the race. And Ensign Ewart keeping track of Bandit all the way. Does Ensign Ewart fancy a pole here? They've dropped back a bit to Cthulhu with that shenanigans with Skyjacker and such what. Is someone missing? Oh, Jim slipped back. Jim slipped back into 8th place with Racer Brown. Oh my gosh, I don't think we'll have anything, but we'll have a quick look. No. Oh, Racer Brown stopped, so maybe Racer Brown gave Jim a little what for. And yeah, it looks like Racer Brown feeling a little guilty about something. Redresses. Bandit then still leads from Ensign Ewart by half a second. Cthulhu looking good for 3rd place on the grid. Homesick Alien up to 4th, and he's looking like he wants a piece of that Spaniard ahead of him. Shiren, last time I saw him, he was down in 7th or something, so Shiren up into 5th now with Anton Poika, the championship leader, making his way through and up into 6th place, giving the Russian something to think about, and he's bringing Haza with him. Further back then we've got Jim, then Racer Brown, Guesty and Skyjacker. And will they slap some mediums on those bad boys and go for a long run at the beginning? And here we go then, final lap for Bandit. He's had pressure all the way through, as has Cthulhu from Homesick Alien. Shiren's feeling some of that pressure now from the Flying Fin. All the Flying Fins, because he's got Haza just behind. Shiren cannot mess up this corner. There's going to be a lot of overtaking tries, and Ensign Ewart does not do it. Homesick Alien doesn't. He sits just behind me. He's looking like he's still ready. And there we go. Anton Poika did. We watched the wrong one. Shiren then down into 6th with Haza in 7th. Jim's not really racing, or Racer Brown might get that position from Jim. Has he done it? No. Jim's made a small mistake, and that gives Racer Brown the position there. Jim then starting 9th, 10th for Guesty. Skyjacker in 11th, but here we go. Bandit coming up the hill. No, he's not. He's nowhere near yet. Sorry, I was getting excited. I was rushing that because I thought these two were nearly ending the lap. And it looks like Homesick Alien has got the move done on Cthulhu. He's starting 3rd with Cthulhu 4th, Anton Poika in 5th, and Shiren's trying to get that place back. And this is so massively wet and wild, it's hard to follow it all as the Bandit climbs the hill and puts Turtle Racing. I don't want to speak too soon because Ensign Ewart's really going for it. But I think Bandit has got that pole position. Ensign Ewart 2nd. Homesick Alien gets 3rd on the grid. Cthulhu 4th. Anton Poika in 5th. Shiren 6th. Haza starts 7th. Racer Brown is going to start 8th. Wow, that was manic, man. How do you imagine? So Racer Brown 8th. Jim starting in 9th place, with Guesty coming in 10th, just ahead of Skyjacker, who finishes in 11th. And that will be your grid for the next race, starting imminently. Whoo-wee, that was stressful. And Coit saying, always here now, I finish work at a sensible time these days. Lol. I don't know, there's some things on Netflix that might trump it. I don't know. Not for me. I'll get a buzz out of it. So we'll take you to the grid quick. So Bandit will start on pole ahead of Ensign Ewart. Homesick Alien on the 2nd row alongside Cthulhu. Anton Poika starting from the 3rd row alongside Shiren. Haza on the 4th alongside Racer Brown. Wow, that'll be a duel. Jim in the 4th row with Guesty and Skyjacker all alone at the back, but always a danger. Can't remember what happens now. Does everyone just re-enter and we start? What happened last week? I don't remember. It was a big gap, was it? Oh, it was Homesick Alien, wasn't it? It was diabolical. Shiren kept having pit glitches, didn't he? So that's why the start was all kind of a bit skew-iff and messy. Superb. Well, we saw some superb racing out there, and it's going to continue for 40 minutes as soon as we get the first race underway. These guys will be rushing off. Oh, Jim. Racer Brown saying sorry to him. Guesty and Skyjacker, I don't know. There was a few knocks and bangs around, it seems. And someone's just going on track. That would be Skyjacker, looking like he's going to settle for a set of mediums. Shiren also, what's that he's going for? Oh, Racer Brown's asking if we're ready. He's going for a set of mediums. Where did Shiren? He was about 5th. Right in the middle. Set of mediums, so he's thinking of holding ground, possibly. Yeah, Skyjacker. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh, you see? It's the things he writes. It's the way he writes them. It's the way he writes them down. When he writes them down, they're funny. They're funny. Am I funny? So, Shiren, the only man out there, getting a little bit of practice in. On the mediums, Homesick Alien, opted for a set of mediums, and he's W. Just concentrate on your racing, Skyjacker. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying much else. Getting sidetracked with your alphabet. He's trying to spell something. Why? Oh yeah, I see. W. But Guesty ruined it for you. Why? So we've got a Skyjacker as well. He's on a set of meads, but he is at the back, so I guess he's just going to keep his head down, crack on, and try and make his way through the fields. And then it looks like we've got a whole load. Oh, Bandit on pole, starting from mediums. Oh my gosh. That, I don't know if that would have been my choice of tyre on pole. That's... Did you see what Ferrari did at the weekend? I'm not saying it's on the same level as Ferrari, but I'm saying it could be a mistake. In the chat, we've got Skyjacker saying lols. And here we go, lining up for 40-minute race around here for race 1 of round 2 of the Super GT here at the Virtual Racers Club. The lights are on. We're off. Come on, let's get it on. Bandit getting a little bit of wheel spin off of the line there on the medium tyres. Homesick Alien trying to get advantage from that. Straight into the first corner. Homesick Alien also on the medium tyres. Bandit's gone a little wide there. Bandit's gone very wide. Very wide indeed. And Cthulhu's now up into second. Edson Hewitt lost a place there in third. He's gone super softs. With Anton Boyka on the super softs as well, making short work of his grid position. Hazu in 5th on the medium tyres. They've split their tyre choices between the fins. Racer Brown, he's gone for super softs as well. Guesty a super start from the back up to super... we had a yellow flag, but I think it was behind us. And Guesty's jumped Shiren somehow as well. Shiren on the medium tyres. Skyjacker on the medium tyres. Jim on the... Oh, Bandit, I missed Bandit there. He's chasing down Shiren on those medium tyres. Skyjacker on the mediums. Jim's started for super softs. And Ensign Hewitt, that's what the yellow flag was for. And he's got a small bit of damage. It'll shake it off pretty soon. But still, on the super softs, he's got a mountain to climb now, as Homesick Alien is the leader of this race. Missing all the action up the front there. I apologise, with Homesick Alien now with Cthulhu breathing heavily down his neck, and Anton Boyka is now up to third with the departure of Ensign Hewitt, and Haza in 4th. But there's Racer Brown to give Haza something to think about. Haza on the medium tyres, Racer Brown on the super softs. He's towing Guesty along with him, and Haza does not stand a chance really against either of them. On those medium tyres, both of them breaking into the corner. It's nearly 3 wide, but they make it through, and Guesty trying to get a cheeky move on Racer Brown, but Racer Brown's in a great position to hold him off. And there, yeah, helping each other, but Guesty trying to get a little sneaky move on the Brown whilst he could. He's going to get another tow down this straight. Cthulhu's in the lead now, I do apologise. And the leader, the battle up at the front is as important as any of these, but 3 people races, gorgeous. So Cthulhu has made a move, and so has Anton Boyka. Homesick Alien must have made a small mistake somewhere with those medium tyres. Cthulhu is on the super softs, and I suppose it is inevitable. These guys are going to get by just from sheer grip in the corners, and it is like a little go-kart here at Interlagos. Well, a big go-kart. It is very, very squirty. And there you go, Anton Poika wasting no time up the inside of the Alien with them super softs. He's got better grip, and now he's going to chase down the Spaniard. And Cthulhu, beware, he's very fast. Cthulhu at the moment going great guns with Anton Poika chasing him down. Homesick Alien in third, Racer Brown on those super softs. He's slicing through the field as well, chasing up to the back of Homesick Alien, only 6/10 behind. He'll feel a toe as he comes along this straight. And Racer Brown, he's shook Guesty off a little bit. He's just got the fastest lap, that's how he shook him off. And Homesick Alien could be in trouble early doors, because Racer Brown is upon him, and he's looking to get the move done. Down this straight, possibly into the next corner. He's getting a toe, he's pulling out, he's having a look. He could be tucked back in again. And he says, not yet, but soon. Whew. We've got some cracking little battle in here with Racer Brown all up in Homesick Alien's business. Guesty just following him around, just a second behind him. He's thinking, yep, burn your tyres out, Brown. I'll get you later. And Homesick Alien making his Nissan as wide as it possibly can. And Racer Brown, he's going to have to get his elbows out, I think. He can't depend on the Alien making a mistake. And he's going to lose a lot of ground to Anton Poika. Anton Poika already 1.6 seconds ahead of this battle as he catches up to the back of Cthulhu. And this is where you think a Racer Brown will do it. Better traction out of this corner, giving him a good leap up the hill. I wouldn't be surprised if Homesick Alien has to do a small lift up the top of that, just because of the medium tyres. And that Racer Brown possibly can just keep it floored. And Racer Brown there, he's edged ahead, but it's all about the braking into this corner. Racer Brown should have the advantage with the super soft tyres, and he does, and he's up, and Cthulhu's lost a position as well to Anton Poika, who now he is unleashed. He will be flying, we've got to watch out. There, so Cthulhu dropping to second, Racer Brown moving up into third, Homesick Alien staying with Racer Brown. He knows his race is no good with him at the moment on those medium tyres, and even Guesty on the super softs. But them super softs, they're showing red already on lap 4. A 40-minute race, remember, here at Interlagos, and I don't know how long those super softs look like they're gonna last. Oh, Homesick Alien going a little wide there, giving Guesty an opportunity. No, Guesty not quite ready for it, but it'll be soon. Haza then in 6th place on those medium tyres, with Shiren in 7th, Bandit in 8th, Ensign Hewitt in 9th on the super softs. He's got himself ahead of Skyjacker and Jim. Skyjacker, has he been in to put mediums on? No, he was already out on the mediums, not having the race I imagine he hoped for. And Jim down in 11th. Again, them two don't seem to be in the right place. So Anton Poika 8/10 ahead of Cthulhu as they make their way around. Anton Poika, he got the fastest lap last time around, probably a little help from Cthulhu's toe, but he's nearly a second ahead of Cthulhu now. And Cthulhu falling victim to Racer Brown, who is rapidly coming towards him to get that position. Racer Brown, I was just looking at the stream chat because there's more. Skyjacker saying scary for Bandit. Muddy saying my prediction is Skyjacker for at least a podium. Well, at the moment, I'd take your bet, because Skyjacker, he's not enjoying Interlagos on medium tyres. I know as soon as he puts the super softs on, it'll be a different beast altogether, but lack of grip in his Nissan. I know he didn't enjoy the Nissan at the first round, so that his love affair with the Nissan is still quite sour for him into the second round. And Homesick Alien loves the Nissan. He can't praise it enough. At the moment, I imagine he wished it had a bit more grip, with Guesty breathing down his neck, but still, he's done well to stay ahead of Guesty this long. Is Guesty looking after fuel and tyres? Do we suspect? Racer Brown, his tyres are still quite fruity. They're good. They've got grip on them. Cthulhu's, oh no, that's Anton Poika, sorry. Cthulhu, about similar. And we know Cthulhu can wear a set of tyres out, so nothing out of the ordinary there. But it does look like it's the front right that takes the punishment here at Interlagos. Racer Brown just wants to get past Cthulhu because he wants to get Anton Poika. Them two having an absolute lovely, cracking rivalry last season in the Super GTs, and it was very close. Racer Brown now in third on the Super Softs, along with Cthulhu in the Red Bull Nissan, sorry. Anton Poika's in the Honda. It's lovely as well. 3 different manufacturers there in the top 3, with Honda leading from Nissan, leading from Lexus. Ooh, Racer Brown a little wide there, losing a bit of time on Cthulhu. Guessed he's got himself past Homesick Alien, but he's lost 3 seconds on Racer Brown, and that's a big ground to make up. Homesick Alien has only got Haas 1.6 seconds behind him. Now let's have a look at their lap times. They're on the same tyres, and Haas a 25.8 last time around, 25.6 before that, 25.6 before that. Homesick Alien a 25.7, 26.2, 25.5. Homesick Alien's not as consistent as Haas, but just as fast. So Haas, well, he's already just knocked off another 3/10 from the Alien. Oof, 25.4 from Haas. Homesick Alien 26.3. He's got to get into those 25s. He's got to get regular. I know he's just he's got into some rumblings with Guesty and with Racer Brown. Racer Brown, I was going to say, is past Cthulhu, but it's not quite done yet until we get to the braking zone, and then it's done. And that is Racer Brown now up into second, 2 seconds behind Anton Poika. Interesting. I thought Anton Poika would have pulled away more than that, and Cthulhu's pace is really impressive in this race. I'm not saying he was slow. He's a champion of the VRC. So we know he's fast, but yeah, he's really kept up good pace in this one, because Anton Poika, Racer Brown, they're a little bit above the rest of us mere mortals. So yeah, great stuff for Car 81 there, keeping up with them. Guesty chasing after him in his Lexus. Homesick Alien, he's got his hands full now, and he's got to keep his eye in the mirror with Haza chasing him down. They've got a nice 5-second gap back to Shiren, and Shiren's got a lovely 5-second gap. He's got a lovely little window there he's driving in. 26.1, so he's about pace of Homesick Alien up ahead. So Homesick Alien, not only has he got Haza on track as a threat, he's got Shiren a little further down, matching his pace, and looking quite dangerous, because he's got no pressure. And he can just watch what Homesick Alien does with his pits and just do accordingly. Bandit on those racing mediums. He's just ahead of Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart having to make his way through. He was started this race in second place. Took the lead when Bandit... Oh no, well, he dropped behind Cthulhu, didn't he? So I don't know if he ever led this race, but he was up there in the top 3. Yeah, I think we assume he had an off because we saw a yellow flag, but we didn't see for whom until we saw Ensign at the back, and he's made his way through past Skyjacker and Jim, and he's caught up with Bandit. Bandit on those medium tyres, old medium tyres. Ensign Ewart getting a little lively. I think he had a little rap over the knuckles by the stewards last week for his just a little excessive bumping, nothing too nasty. But yeah, it's these Group 2 cars, man. I think they just handle too much. They're just too much car for me, in any case. Especially with the pad. How you do it, I do not know. So Bandit staving off the advances of Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart having to regroup and re-attack. And the tyres are starting to look feisty on that Lexus at the moment. Skyjacker playing the long game here. I think he's wound that car right down. I think he's just taking her for as deep and as long as he can into this race, and try and get something going at the end when he gets those super softs on. We don't really know how long the super softs last. Looks like Jim's tyres are absolutely fresh as a daisy, so he must have pitted. He did on lap 6. Ensign Ewart's come in, so that's how long the super softs lasted for him. 8 laps. Anton Poika, they're not that much worse. They're not that much better than Ensign Ewart's were. And Racer Brown's about the same. Cthulhu's a little worse than them. Cthulhu's probably where Ensign Ewart's were. Guesty, he's about the same as Cthulhu. Homesick Alien still holding off Haza. But Haza has got his sights set, and I think Shiren is starting to catch them up. And Bandit under, well, he's not under pressure anymore because Ensign Newart's gone in. He's put some mediums on. He stays ahead of Jim. And he's only 14 seconds behind Skyjacker, who is yet to pit, but I think Skyjacker's going to go deep in this race. Did Ensign Newart didn't put any fuel in either. I never understand this not putting fuel thing in. I'd top it up until that last stint on the Super Softs. So here we go. Racer Brown and Katula have had enough of the Super Softs. Anton Poika still believes there's more in it. He's getting to nearly half a tank of fuel as well, and we've got 26 minutes remaining, so 27 minutes remaining, so there's still quite a way of the race to go. So one whole tank won't go all the way. Homesick Alien riding those curbs, bad boy. He's in second place at the moment, thanks to a couple of pit stops. Haza up to third, the medium boys keeping it going. Shiren moves up to fourth, with Bandit now in fifth. Skyjacker gets it up into sixth. Now Racer Brown has put his medium tyres on, and that's a long way to go in this race. We've seen the other guys, their tyres do look like they're starting to give way. Look at Bandit, for instance. He's been out there for just 10 laps, and his tyres are showing. They're showing red, and the racing mediums, when they start going off, they're not good. They're definitely not great. We've definitely seen a drop-off of pace between Homesick and Haza. So, I don't know. These guys are Racer Brown. I don't think he's going to get them mediums to go all the way unless he really, really treats them very tenderly. Try a little tenderness. So Anton Poika still battling on out there on those Super Softs. He's not scared of a bit of tyre wear. He thinks he's got it all under control in his Honda in those corners, but it's just one little wheel spin, a little bit of lack of grip going out wide, and you throw it all away. He's nearly 10 seconds, 9.5 seconds should we say, ahead of Homesick Alien, who's not going to pit, and not in a long shot. He's still got half a tank of fuel, so his car's getting lighter. And Haza also, a 26.8 from Haza last time around. Homesick Alien a 27.0. So yeah, Homesick Alien doing what needs to be done to keep the Honda behind him. And the Nissan at the moment is in a Honda sandwich. Shiren, the Russian sensation, he's definitely catching those boys up. He was 5 seconds behind them, and now he's 4.4 seconds, so 0.6 gained. And you go, Shiren. Racer Brown is pitted, but I don't think that'll be his only pit stop today. I think he's going to go, I think he's going to do a little stint on these mediums, maybe 5 laps, and then go straight back onto the Super Softs, possibly. That could be an option around here. The Super Softs were doing 24s, where we see the mediums were doing 26s, then drop to the 28s. And we'll see what this young man can do on a set of mediums, shall we? That'll be the acid test. Said he was up on his best time, which is hard to believe, isn't it? Because his first stint was on Super Softs, but his car is lighter now, which that will be baffling. No, 24.7 though on a set of mediums is mightily impressive, I think. Bandit into the pits now to get rid of his mediums. That gives Guesty and Skyjacker a couple of positions. Guesty pitted as well to put those mediums on. He's behind Katula, who's gone for a double set of Super Softs. So Katula not messing around. He's gone for Super Softs, and that'll be frustrating Guesty, I imagine. He thought he'd be clinging on to the back of Katula, and Katula pulling away. 5 seconds almost adrift of a Racer Brown. Did he fuel up? No fuel up. Shiren 3.4 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown's pace 24, wasn't it? 24s. Shiren's in the 27s. It will not take long for Racer Brown to catch up with Shiren. Haza 6 seconds up the road, so Shiren has lost a bit of time to those guys. And so has Homesick, only half a second. Haza looks like he's ready to get the move done on Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien, is he staying with it, going in? He's staying out, he's staying out. I don't know, his tyres are in a worse state than Haas's. Haas's looked after those bad boys quite well. Anton Poyker's still running around on a set of super softs, may I remind you. So, unbelievable stuff. We're nearly at halfway. So if Anton Poyker can get those tyres halfway into the race, that is a massive accomplishment. Unbelievable stuff from Anton Poyker. 26.5s he's doing on a set of very used super softs. Homesick Alien 27s on a set of half-used mediums. Haas's barely touched mediums. He's doing 27s as well, but he is closing up. Oh, he's lost a bit of time to the Alien. I think he was closing up to him, but seems to have lost a bit of time. Shiren is losing time, hand over fist, to Racer Brown on his fresh set of mediums. He's almost upon him. And in all fairness, Racer Brown has got a faster pace than Anton Poyker. So he might get track. Oh, if he gets held up by Shiren, that'll put a real fly in the ointment, because at this pace, he could jump Anton Poyker in the pits. He could get the undercut done. But he's got a face full of Shiren in a Nissan. And that's not an easy thing to deal with. He's thinking about it. He knows he's got to be making up time. Shiren nearly lost it in the corner. Racer Brown straightened it up for him. Said, there you go, Mush. Keep going straight, but let me by. Because you're holding me up, man, and I'm in a race with Anton Poyker, and Anton Poyker's driving around on a set of blatantly used super softs. 25.4, still not a bad time for Racer Brown as he gets the move done on Shiren's ailing tyres. There's nearly 5.7 seconds ahead of him is Haase, who is now 7/10 behind Homesick Alien. 10 seconds ahead of him is Anton Poyker. Anton Poyker doing 27.2s now. Racer Brown, he might get this done, you know. 16.5 seconds. What was Racer Brown's pit stop? With no fuel, it was still over 20 seconds longer. And he's 16 seconds behind Anton Poyker. Unbelievable. But we did say, I don't know if that set of mediums is going to get Racer Brown all the way to the end. Although Homesick Alien's still out there. Those tyres are definitely looking abused, though. And Haase is starting to get big gains on the Alien. Big gains because his tyres are in a lot better state than Homesick Alien. Racer Brown only 4 seconds behind him on those fresh set of mediums. Not sure if Racer Brown's going to make another pit stop, because he didn't fuel up either, did he? And I don't think it's enough fuel to get all the way till the end here. So Anton Poyker's gone in. Homesick Alien, Haase, stay out. And this could be hampering Haase, because remember, Haase and Anton Poyker were in a battle last week. And if Haase thinks he can go faster, then he won't want to be sat behind the Alien for too long. They exchange a bit of livery paint there, as is normal. And Homesick Alien somehow stays ahead, even though his tyres are in a terrible, terrible state. Shiren also pitting on a lap 15, and the order so far, all these two, it's hard to cut away. The order is Homesick Alien leads, with Haase in second. Neither of them have pitted. Racer Brown is in third on a set of mediums. He has pitted, and he's gaining big time. And Anton Poyker come out of the pits behind Guesty. That's how much time he lost. Guesty on a set of used mediums. Oh, it's 11 seconds. That has not worked out well for Anton Poyker. His tyres will definitely get to the end of the race, though. Whereas Guesty and Racer Brown did put theirs on quite early. And Katula, double stint in the super softs. So he'll be planning to go back in to put a set of mediums on. And Homesick Alien leads this race, and Racer Brown now in the mix, and that helps Homesick Alien out, because that's a distraction that Haase could do without right now. And he could also help his fellow countryman out quite a lot by holding up Racer Brown, but Racer Brown will not be held up. He will not be held back in this race. Racer Brown has got a rocket firmly wedged right up the jacksie of that Lexus, and he means to do business. Three of them. It's scary. And that's the move done by Racer Brown. A little contact there, but it hasn't affected Brown. He's out of the corner, and he's chasing down the Alien. The Alien's gone wide, so's Brown. Haase's dropped back quite a bit there in that corner, and now Racer Brown going to make the move for the lead. Homesick Alien on the curb, on the apex, but it's not enough. And Racer Brown says, thank you very much. And now Racer Brown is the leader of race 1 of round 2 of the Interlagos race. My gosh, that was exciting. So Racer Brown leads. Homesick Alien, can he keep Haza behind? And there's Katula, he's caught him up as well on those super softs, and it's all thick and fast action now. Guesty 11 seconds ahead of Anton Poika. That strategy has not worked well for him at the moment, but maybe, like me, he suspects there's going to be a couple of those guys ahead of him having to make another pit stop before the end of the race. Skyjacker still on the same set of mediums, head down, cracking on. And he's on in 7th place at the moment, ahead of Ensign Newitt, who's breaking in a set of mediums, just ahead of Shiren, who's on a fast set of super softs, chasing down Ensign Newitt. Ensign Newitt's going to stand no chance. He gets out of the way of Shiren as Shiren comes through like a bulldozer. And there's Bandit on his set of super softs, chasing down Ensign Newitt as well. Ensign Newitt will not know what's hit him. Racer Brown, Homesick Alien and Haza both pitting at the same time. Wow, they're going to continue that battle into the pit stops and out of the pit stops. Katula, he's going to have to make another pit. He wasn't on the mediums, he was on the super softs, wasn't he? Guesty chasing him down, he's ahead of Anton Poika still. Skyjacker gets that position from Homesick Alien, who just gets his tyres. Oh, hey up, they're not doing anything, are they? Oh yeah, they're fueling him. Wow, it's a long stop, isn't it? Look at them dropping. They do cut the first corner out though, so Homesick Alien and Haza both back out there again. It looks like Homesick's behind Haza. It looks like Haza has been able to jump Homesick. They've got the same fuel in, but somehow Haza Haza is ahead. It's not showing that. Where is it? Oh my god, Haza is up ahead of... Where is he? Oh, give me a sec. There, 8th. He's got out ahead of Bandit. And he's going to grab Ensign Newitt's spot as well. And Bandit, is he going to cling on to the back of Ensign Newitt and gain a position? Boom! The Trojan. Haza the Trojan getting Turtle through. Homesick Alien there behind. Also, Ensign Newitt, he's not trying to hold anyone up. He's just staying out of the way. He's being a good boy. So Racer Brown now into the pits. We assumed he'd have to make a second pit stop because there was not enough fuel in that car. Katula, I think, is going to have to make a second pit stop as well. Guesty doing exactly the same. They're going out on the super softs. So it doesn't matter how Anton Poika goes by. But they're going to be on the super softs. We've got 15 minutes left of racing. This is all over the place. Skyjacker yet to pit. He's just about to move up into 3rd place. And Koika might be in for winning some money in a minute, because I took that bet. But Skyjacker does have to pit again. He does have to pit at some point. Shiren then on the super softs, 4.5 seconds behind Skyjacker. Haza ahead on the super softs of Homesick Alien. I don't know how that happened in the pits, but it happened. Racer Brown out of the pits. He's come out of the pits and he's behind Haza, ahead of Homesick Alien, but he's on the super... Oh, and they're all on the super softs. Race on! Look at this! And Shiren's on the super softs as well. This is a flurry of super softs at the end. And I imagine Skyjacker trying to get ahead of those guys, get on the super softs so he can get on the tail of them. And Anton Poika, well, we're waiting for Katula. He's going to have to come in and put some mediums on, so he's not going to gain, because the super soft boys are just going to fly on him. But Anton Poika is going to be a sitting duck out there on those medium tyres. Skyjacker yet to pit. Shiren then in 4th. And Shiren, you've got to say, great tactics from Shiren, because he's ahead of them all. Haza then in 5th, Racer Brown in 6th, Homesick Alien in 7th, all of them on super softs, all of them up for this, for the last 14 minutes of this race. Bandit in 8th place on a used set of super softs. He's got Guesty just behind him on a brand new set of super softs. Guesty should be rocking up to the back of that little battle ahead of him anytime soon. Ensign Newitt trying to get on top of those medium tyres. He's not been happy with them. And Jim there in 11th, but he did predict this was not going to be a good race for him. He does not like this track. I think Guesty's had enough. Oh no. I thought him and Ensign just swapped places quickly. I wasn't sure. Katula still hasn't pitted yet. For his set, well, I imagine he's going to try and time it perfectly for 5 laps. Which is going to be, what, 10 minutes? 1.5. 2. Yeah. It's going to be about 7.5 minutes, I think, from the end. He'll have to pit, but his fuel is flashing, so he might as well do it. It's 10 seconds, 20 seconds for a pit stop, but that was without fuel. I don't know what it cost with fuel. Anton Poika in second on those mediums, a bit of a sitting duck from this trail of cars behind. There goes Katula, he's into the pits, so Anton Poika will be back in the lead of this race. Haase 13.9 seconds behind Anton Poika. Racer Brown right there with Haase. There is Shiren. Shiren's dropped behind, sorry. Shiren was ahead of Haase and Racer Brown. He's dropped back. I don't know if he's made a mistake. And now Homesick Alien is lining him up for a move. And my word, this race has been fruity. Fruity, juicy, Lucy. And Homesick Alien around the outside of Shiren. Can he keep it there? My God, Shiren goes out wide. Homesick Alien back in there, but Shiren's got the inside now, and this is a duel between Shiren and Homesick Alien. Shiren manages to keep it somehow, some way, and Homesick Alien slips into his slipstream to try and get him in braking, but this corner's very brave. He looks, but he doesn't do anything about it. Racer Brown all over Haase. Haase trying to do Anton Poika a bit of a favour, maybe, possibly, but you think he'd be racing for himself. They were racing last week, and he doesn't want Anton Poika to pick up too many points on him. Anton Poika keeping a pace of 25s, dead 25s on his racing mediums. Haase 24.1, 23.8. Racer Brown at 24.1. They're a second faster. We've got plenty of time on the clock for them to catch up Anton Poika, but if they race each other, they'll lose time. Think about it, boys. Think about it. Shiren trying to keep the Alien behind, and the Alien wants to get in that battle with Haase and Racer Brown. He was ahead of Haase throughout this race. He'll be kicking himself, feeling that he should be ahead of Haase. That's his rightful place. He's earned that blooming second place, and he wants it. Oh, nearly going into the pit lane to try and overtake Shiren then was Homesick Alien. Shiren keeping his car all the way over to the left and making Homesick Alien go the long way. And Homesick Alien trying to line up the Russian, but there's just nothing playing for the Alien. Is this the one though? Homesick Alien getting a good drive out of this corner, faster down the straight. Shiren goes and covers the inside, but and I thought Homesick Alien might have enough, and this is a Hamilton and Verstappen moment. No, and everyone behaves well, and now Homesick Alien up the inside. Oh my word, but Shiren's going to have the inside for the next one. Beautiful racing from this pair. I hate just saying that, just in case it goes nasty. And there's a little car bang in there, but that's fine. Homesick Alien having to go a little wide there. Shiren giving no room at the top of the hill, but the pace and the speed they're going, I can't imagine. You can think about that. He's just trying to keep that car pointed in the right direction. His tyre's definitely going away from him. And Homesick Alien again having a nibble around the outside, and all this battling has brought Guesty back into favour. And now Homesick Alien, he's going to have to look on his mirrors as well as out the front. And meanwhile, Racer Brown is 4.6 seconds ahead of Shiren. After he got by, and he's still harassing Haase. He's going for a move now. They pulled in Anton Poika by about 2 seconds. I don't think it's enough. I don't think they're catching him quick enough. And I don't think their tyres will be together when they get there, because they're racing each other. This is beautiful. This is cracking, and it's playing into Anton Poika's hands. Lovely. At the moment, he's just trying to keep his head down. He did 25.7 last time, so his tyres are starting to lose an edge. With these two racing each other for second place, neither of them can catch up with Anton Poika. Racer Brown trying every trick like Homesick was with Shiren. Homesick's dropped behind Guesty now. We'll go back to that battle in just a second, but we've got seeing the Meister, Racer Brown, lay it all down up against the Finn of Haase, and Haase has an answer. Every corner Haase has an answer there, and Racer Brown just cannot put one on. He cannot get that stamp licked. Shiren then fourth. He's doing a mighty job keeping these two powerhouses behind him. Guesty getting the move done on Homesick Alien, and Homesick Alien frustrated down there in sixth. Katula seventh after his pit stop. Shouldn't be keeping up with those guys, should he? On those mediums, it's not right. Skyjack has pitted. He's on the super softs. 20 seconds behind Catula. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far with a 23.603. So that's all gravy there. 7 minutes. He may catch Catula up. Catula 25.3. 25.3, mid-25s. Skyjacker with a 23.6. He can keep that pace up. He will catch up with Catula very fast. I'm surprised that time not dropping between them already. We'll see when he crosses the line. Maybe it'll just refresh. No. But he's doing another 23. 10 seconds. Racer Brown's through. Racer Brown is through. He's got past Haza. I doubt we'll see it, but we'll try. Yeah, he's already through. I apologise. Stuck with them for a lot, though, man. You've got to say, I did try and stay with it. But everyone deserves a view. Oh, and there is Homesick Alien back ahead of Guesty. And Shiren still that cork in the bottle. And the pressure is building up behind it. With a Nissan and a Lexus. And now Catula on his medium tyres. This is lovely for Catula. As these guys wear their tyres out, come the end of the race, and Homesick Alien go for a move around the outside, but he can't do it, and Guesty's got the position again. Oh, beautiful stuff between Guesty and Homesick Alien as they battle. Oh, Homesick Alien went sideways, so did Guesty, both survived. How? No one will ever know. Guesty, that was like a freak of forcey nature. Both of them sideways through the corner, and Catula now on his medium tyres is in a place he oughtn't be. Fighting the super soft boys, and I bet he cannot believe it. Catula under braking, wiggling, squirreling, as Homesick Alien still ahead of Guesty, and they are all putting it out there on the line, aren't they? They're fighting for everything, as Shiren sits in fourth, and now Catula, Skyjacker at 2 seconds he's pulled in on Catula, and Catula's now in that battle with these guys soon. It's all anyone's with just under 6 minutes of racing to go, and I can't keep up. It's fantastic stuff. And Shiren, oh, Anton Poika's gone. Oh my lord, was not expecting that. So Racer Brown inherits the win. The Honda has gone. It's DNF'd. Haza goes up into second place. Shiren now is fighting for a podium. Oh my word, I'm sure that it wasn't part of the plan for Anton Poika. Oh, I'm so good for him. And Shiren holding back Guesty and Homesick. They're having their own little personal battle there. And we saw them on Friday night in the Clios, having a very similar battle. It's beautiful. These guys really do battle hard. And Homesick Alien slipping behind Guesty for a tow. And wow, how long we got? Just under 5 minutes. Poor Anton Poika. Jeez, I hate that. And Racer Brown leads the way. And we will never know. We will never know if you could have caught and passed Anton Poika. Haza. Great second place, and this puts him in a great place to overtake Anton Poika in the championship. I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted it this way, but take it as they come. Take it as they come. Shiren pulling away now from Guesty and Homesick, and Catula is definitely mixing it up. Their tyres must have just gone off enough now to let Catula in, and Catula could whip through and get himself fourth. If Shiren's tyres go away, third. What a drive. And Skyjacker all the time is still catching them. And Catula's stuck in with these boys, going, let's say, 26s and 27s. Homesick Alien's made a break away from Guesty. Now, chasing back down for Shiren. And Catula being held up. It seems he's being held up by Guesty. And that plays into Skyjacker. 3.5 minutes left of racing. And there goes Catula for a move on Guesty, but Guesty, he knows where to place the car in this corner. And there we go, Guesty maintaining that 5th place from Catula there. Homesick Alien setting chase to Shiren again. Shiren last time around at 26.1. Homesick Alien 26.3. There's nothing in it between the two of them. And Racer Brown, happy days, or Haza, 1.8 seconds behind though. Both of the tyre wear is exactly the same. These guys, it's just down to skills now out there. Shiren fighting for his life for that third place. Homesick Alien hunting him down. Cthulhu has got the move done on Guesty. He's through, but that back end of his Nissan looks like it wants to try to kill him, and he's fighting his Nissan at this point, so maybe his medium tyres still not as tacky as he would like them to be, giving Guesty another opportunity, because we know Guesty can drive on a set of used tyres. He's cracking on them. Skyjacker, his tyres are not looking too healthy now. He's dropped into the 25s, and he's still making gains on the guys ahead of him, though, I believe. He might not have. He might have slipped back a bit there. Bandit in 8th place. 8 seconds ahead of Ensign Hewitt. 6 seconds behind Skyjacker. But his tyres are in a bit of a better position. Skyjacker could accidentally throw that off, and then Bandit will get himself a position. Ensign Hewitt, a race I think he'd rather forget. Did not enjoy those medium tyres. Everyone flew by him. And Jim, yeah, he gained a position at the end there off of Anton Poika. But yeah, a race he probably would rather forget as well, as Racer Brown comes around to greet him. Which, to tell you the truth, 27 laps around Interlagos in a Group 2 car. That's a while for him to get round for you if you're not having a good race. And I think Jim's just pulled right off track. Doesn't want to be a part of it. And Racer Brown pulling a little bit further away from Haza. Shiren is still maintaining that second gap from Homesick Alien. Both their tyres are shot now. They'll get round to the line, I assume. Yeah, they're going to get round to the line. They're going to get another lap in, all of these guys, which is beautiful. I'm not sure if Skyjacker will. We'll see. Racer Brown then, coming up to start his final lap. Here for race 1, round 2 of the Super GTs. And Racer Brown gifted this one from the frailty of the Honda ahead of him. Haza chasing him down for everything he's got, but there's not much left of this race to do. Shiren still ahead of Homesick Alien, whom is ahead of Cthulhu. You've got to say Cthulhu is probably in the healthiest position at the moment with tyres and could get himself third place here, but it's one more lap to do it. And can he do it in one lap? It's a big ask. Guesty there in 6th. He's looking up to pick up some pieces ahead. Skyjacker then, he does get to start this final lap. So does Bandit. No, Bandit's slowing down. He's running the time out. He's got the time behind him. Oh no, has he? Can he speed up again? He can. Bandit in 8th. Ensign at 9th. Jim will be finishing in 10th. Racer Brown pulling away from Haza. The battle here is here. My gosh. And what a battle we've had as well. Oh, Homesick Alien going for a last-minute move around the outside. Shiren squirreling out the corner. And Homesick Alien now, he's getting nudged by Cthulhu. Cthulhu saying, you got to move, man. You got to move. I've got a Guesty on my rib end. And Racer Brown then coming up the hill to take his first win this season from the GT... the Super GT, sorry. There he goes. Great stuff. Haza grabs himself a great, respectable second place. And Shiren, by all accounts, I would have never thunk it. He under the pressure of Guesty, Homesick, and Cthulhu, he manages to maintain that podium. Take a boo, my son. Homesick Alien 4th, Guesty in 5th. And Cthulhu, oh, he must have had an off because he'd come home in 6th in the end, and he was in that battle with Homesick. And Skyjacker nearly caught him up with Cthulhu coming home in 6th, Skyjacker in 7th, which isn't bad for damage limitation from Skyjacker's start. Bandit in 8th, Ensign at 9th, Jim in 10th. When there is a Racer Brown, a trophy and a coral, because he's so special to us. Oh my God, that was stressful. That was hectic, stressful, and everything else in between. I need a fag. I know I usually pretend to say I'm going to go and do exercise something, but no. After that, it's I need something. Quick look at the chat. So in the stream chat, we have Mama Homesick saying, evening thingy, a bit late joining tonight. How has Homesick been doing? Doing fine. Ensign Hewitt, congrats Racer Brown. Ensign Hewitt saying, My new pit boss, Binotto, wouldn't let me get pit to get rid of the mediums. And Skyjacker saying, yeah, I'm not liking the Group 2 Nissan. Should have gone Lexus. Oh, come on. You must have fond memories of the Group 3 Nissan from the GM. Hang on. GTMC, sorry. Right then, he's changed the room settings. That's how they finished then. Racer Brown ahead of Haza. Shiren finishing off your podium with Homesick Alien in 4th, Guesty in 5th, Cthulhu 6th, Skyjacker 7th, Bandit in 8th, Ensign Hewitt in 9th, and Jim coming home in 10th. And it doesn't say Anton Poiker. I know there's something where it says if it's not classified in this part, then they don't get the finish, but I don't know. He did way over half. I think he could probably say, come on, half points at least. It was just a connection failure, it seems. Skyjacker getting your fastest lap on lap 21 with a 1:23.603. Fast as nuts. Well done. We're going again at 20:53, just under 10 minutes. I am not hanging around, fellas. Did Anton Poiker come back? It doesn't look like he's come back, does it? Ooh, maybe it's serious, man. Maybe it's serious. But Shiren and Ensign are out there sitting in the pits. It's hard tyres and soft tyres for this next race. And it will be underway in just less than 10 minutes. I shall return. I've got to have a breather, guys. That was hectic. God damn it, I'm not going to get a fag, am I? What's happened? The host ended it. I'm going to Discord now to see what may have happened. This is like GT7 or something. But he's just said, sorry, my bad. So maybe he accidentally closed down the lobby. Dude, you could just look at these. Go for a smoke. I am, mate. Right, okay, well, we'll go to friends. Showroom of friends. Oh, it's there. Right. I'll be super quick. 20:53. Hey? No way. You can start. I'm having a fag. I don't care. I streamed extra because you closed the room down. It's not my fault. You can bugger. You guys will start. I'll just have a fag. Woohoo, my game crashed while I was leading the race. Says Anton Poiker. Right. Well, I'll leave it on. The view thing. No, you can't until someone enters. There you go. Racer Brown's entered. So, yeah, if I'm not back before beginning of the race, I'll see you on lap 2 or something. See you soon. right, gang. I've got back in time, 52, but I'm hoping he's not starting just yet, because I want to make a proper coffee, because that McDonald's trash was trash. So if I break up a bit, it's because I'm in the other room. But I'm keeping an eye on for him is ready. I'll just keep having a look. He hasn't said ready yet, has he? No. So, we'll see. We'll see if we can quickly bang a coffee together here. Welcome to Thingamajig in the kitchen. Now, today, children, I will be showing you how to make a caffeinated drink to give you a little bit more energy. First, you put the water into the container. Then the lid goes onto the container. I've got to turn it on as well. Turn the lid on the container. You put the glass under the nozzle. You put the little plastic world-killing thing into the dispensing area, and you close it. You get a satisfying pinprick. It's beautiful. Then you wait for the water to heat up, the red light just flashing on and off. And when it's ready... Has he said ready yet? I can't see. I know he wants people to enter because he's got to do a grid thing. Okay then, now the water is warmed up, then we press the lever to the right for hot, which should pierce the plastic world killer and dispense with the cream. Oh, that bloody woman's taking me pot away again. That'll put me pots in. I need a pot to put me pots in, because I can't be bothered, because I get told off for walking over to the bin because I drip. So I've got a draining pot for my pots. Yeah, it's now dispensing with the cream. We're getting very close, so we'll stop that now. And we are going to put the brown world-killing plastic pot in and dispense more. I love to dispense. It's so good. Oh, good. There it goes. It's getting a satisfying caramel color. No ready yet, so I'm good. We're still good. And that, children, is how you make a nice latte. A little nice latte. Yeah. Very European. It means I'm cultured, mofos. Now that is a teaspoon I've never seen before. Why would a teaspoon suddenly turn up in our kitchen that I have never seen before? It's got a chunky handle. I've used it, and then I'll find out that the kids were using it to scoop poo or something. Then I am back in the spot. We're getting wise. Oh, Racer Brown, are you rushing me? You're rushing me, eh? God, if I ain't got enough on my plate. Jesus, where? See how demanding they are, everyone. See how demanding. I'm blinking SOS right now. My God. So here we go then, ready for race 2 of round 2 here at Interlagos. It'll be a reverse grid of the finishing positions of the first race. Skyjacker put a Y, it's noted. They all get noted in my little book. And wow, it's going to be exciting, man. That last race was very exciting. They're going to use the soft tyre and the medium tyre, I believe it is, in this race, is it? No, they used the mediums last one. It's soft and hard. They're going to get... so we'll have a quick look down the grid to see who's got the hard on. There they go. Anton Poyka did get back. Well done. And he gets to start from the front. Look at that. It's not all bad, is it? I suppose he lost a win. We don't know that because Racer Brown was catching him up. So he's starting with the soft tyre. Jim is going to go with soft. Ensign Hewitt, he's got a hard on. Bandit, he's got hard on. Skyjacker, he's gone soft. Kurtula, he's all hard. There we got Guesty, he's well hard. Homesick Alien, he's got a hard on. There's Shiren, he's hard as well. Haas has gone hard, and Racer Brown is all soft. So Anton Poyka leads them away here at the second race of Interlagos for round 2 of the Super GTs, and it's a humdinger of a championship so far. And Anton Poyka pulling away from the Sky Lexus of Jim. Hey, hope that's the first time I pressed my whoosh button. Whoosh. I'll get carried away. I think I'm on GT7 and I can't press any buttons. Ensign Hewitt there in 3rd place, keeping an eye on Jim ahead of him. He's opted for the hard tyre where Jim is on the soft. As you can see, Jim getting an absolute magnificent traction out of the corner where Ensign was struggling a little bit there. Skyjacker, he's on the soft as well, making short work of the guys around him. Catula already fallen to Skyjacker, I'm sure. With Guesty then, he's there as well. Well, maybe not. No, Skyjacker did finish behind Catula, so I think Skyjacker has held position, but he's looking tasty against Ensign Newitt up the inside. And Ensign Newitt with those hard tyres on it, you cannot defend that. You can't defend class, can you, eh? And Skyjacker through and up into third. Next man down is Jim, and then he's at the Boyko, but he's fighting with his Nissan. The back end wants to go somewhere else, and Skyjacker has to get right out of it and go to virtually the back. And it will be when these guys go by. Homesick Alien, oh, poor Skyjacker. Not his round at all. So Anton Poyka then 2.4 seconds ahead of Jim. And this one really with Anton Poyka's pace starting from the front, you've got to say it's his to lose or to crash out. I mean, internet-wise or game-wise. He's got a scratch on his disc, obviously, if his game's crashing. Cthulhu is having a battle there with Ensign Newitt and Guesty. Cthulhu up into third place. Guesty following him through or just alongside him. But Cthulhu's got the inside line here. Cthulhu on the racing hard, and so is Guesty. So is Ensign Newitt. Racer Brown behind him. He's on the softs. He'll be making short work of that, and Ensign Newitt again right out the way as Guesty's back end wiggles it just a little bit, and he's still wiggling it. He's wiggling that Lexus all over the shop. And Racer Brown is being enticed in now. And where did Skyjacker come from? Already back in this one. I thought he was way out of it, but he's there in sixth, battling with Racer Brown and Guesty. Beautiful shot there as Racer Brown puts one on Guesty up the hill. And that was what a racing set of softs will do for you. And next on his list is Cthulhu, who's also on the hard tyre. Then Jim pulling away nicely from Cthulhu. Jim having a nice race here. And Bedlam into the first corner. It's all right. I'll wait for your camera. It looked good. So Racer Brown's made a mistake there, has he not? Because Skyjacker and Cthulhu are now ahead. Yeah, I'm sure Racer Brown must have made some sort of mistake there, because Cthulhu now, with Skyjacker going for the inside of this corner, I said you should not overtake her, and Skyjacker defies all laws of physics and sense and makes the move. Beautiful stuff. Cthulhu then, why are we in this crap camera? Cthulhu defending from Racer Brown. I think he's already done this before, and Racer Brown then getting up the inside of Cthulhu. And next on his list is Skyjacker. Jim, meanwhile, he's getting away from that little melange of cars. Skyjacker, Racer Brown, Cthulhu. Guesty only a second behind, but he's got his hands full with Homesick Alien and Ensign Newitt. Sharon further back on those hard tyres, trying to keep Haza at bay. And Bandit in 11th, also getting used to those racing hard tyres. I am sure they are a handful. Anton Poyka on his softs goes fastest of all with a 24.2. Jim in a lovely second. Racer Brown's got ahead of Cthulhu. Guesty chasing down Cthulhu. He's on the hard tyre, so is well up for a battle as Homesick Alien and Guesty continue their bromance racing here at Interlagos. All at it on last Friday here at Interlagos in the Clios, and they've taken it up again in the Group 2 cars. It's beautiful. Racer Brown then catching up with Skyjacker. Skyjacker gonna have to get a shifty on to keep Racer Brown at bay. And Jim is losing time to Skyjacker. Skyjacker has closed that gap. It was 3 seconds, down to 2 seconds. Beautiful. He's bringing Racer Brown along with him. Cthulhu 2.3 seconds behind. You can see all of the back ends of these cars. It's definitely a struggle keeping that back end under control in all of these cars. Ensign Newitt, I imagine he's happy with that. He's probably thinking, if I stay put here and just follow these guys around, they always seem to end up at the top. So I just want to stay on the back of Guesty and Homesick Alien, and I'll get on the top. Haza, though, will have something to say about that. On the Racing Hard Tyres, Shiren as well, sitting back there. Bandit in 11th. So the question is, how long will that soft tyre last? It'll last longer than the super softs, and we saw Anton Poyka take his super softs way into halfway into the race. And now we see Jim under threat from the monster Nissan coming through. A spin and still in second. Well, he didn't have a spin, he just had a small off. And he's still in second, Ray. Can't... Oh! Letio! Rabanelli Mario! Whoa! Was not expecting that. What a darn shame. Those bloody curbs of Brazil are just too much sometimes. So Anton Poyka, Jim is still in second place. Racer Brown gains a position up into third. Catula fourth now. Guesty in fifth. Homesick Alien in sixth. Ensign's thinking, oh, look, see? Stay on the back of the Alien. I've already gained a position. Haza now in eighth. Shiren ninth. Bandit 10th. And Skyjacker has really dropped behind 11th. I know he was waiting for the traffic, but I didn't expect him to drop off that much. And Racer Brown gets himself ahead of Jim up the hill. And his shiny green car is 11.2 seconds behind Anton Poyka. He got the fastest lap last time around, 26.3 that time though, having to try and get past Jim. And Homesick Alien, is that 5 laps? It is. And Haza, both of them getting shot of the hards as soon as possible, along with Shiren. They've done the minimum laps needed, and they're all coming in, aren't they? Shiren, Haza, Homesick, Bandit, Skyjacker, I imagine, when he gets there. No, he's going spinning again. So Anton Poyka is 10 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown seems to have a bit more pace than Anton Poyka, but Anton Poyka with that lead might be looking after his tyres and thinking of the long game. And, Jim, a solid third there for Jim. The guys have all pitted except for Guesty and Catula. They opted to stay out. So did Ensign Ewart. But Homesick and Haza have all opted to go onto that soft tyre, which seems very early. So you think their intention is they're going to pit again, these guys. And I think Skyjacker's parked it, hasn't he? Oh no, he's changing his tyres. He's gone for a set of hards. Was he going to just do 5 laps on them and then go back on softs? Who knows? So, or he's just going to go for a really long run and try and get those hards to last all the way. Ferrari styley. But Anton Poyka is leading by 10 seconds. Racer Brown, another fastest lap for Racer Brown. 23.9. Which is a second faster than Anton Poyka at the moment. Jim, solid third place. Now Ensign Ewart's going in. He's seen the light. He's seen probably how quickly Homesick Alien's catching him up on his outlap and thought, you know what? I'm going to be a sitting duck here. So I'm getting out of the way. And Homesick Alien, that battle with Haza on the pit stops. He beat him this time out of the pits. And stays ahead of the Flying Finn. And, there he is. As Ensign Ewart gets on a set of softs, and he's out just behind Bandit. Bandit then jumping Ensign with that early pit stop, and there you go. That's the gains you get from on a set of softs versus a set of hards. Although Ensign Ewart, no, he gets to stay ahead of Bandit because he cuts out that first corner with the pit exit. I forget about that. Oh my gosh, what a mental race. Or pair of races we're having. So Ensign Ewart then chasing down Shiren. Shiren, sorry. Pressing the wrong buttons here. Shiren, 3 seconds. He's got on Ensign Ewart. Haza, 2.8 seconds ahead of Shiren. Still a long way to go. Just under 30 minutes of racing left here at Interlagos. Homesick Alien going very fast at the moment. Catula is now getting rid of his hard tyres, and Guesty's sticking with his for the time being. And yeah, I can only guess with strategy that Guesty's just going to try and run his as long as possible. Why not? These guys that put softs on now, they're going to have to put another set of softs on before the end of the race. I don't believe. I mean, Anton Poyker did get a set of super softs to last a fair whack, but 30 minutes I do not see, or longer for some of those guys. So I think there will be another flurry of pit stops soon. Already you can see Racer Brown and Anton Poyker using up those soft tyres. Only 11 minutes into the race. So Jim as well. And Jim, I bet he can't believe he's still in third. I bet he's thinking, where are they all? He's doing a cracking job. Lovely consistent lap times. That's what you want. And all the action behind him. All the commotion, all the drama. And he's just driving off into the sunset, saying, where is everyone? Is this am I in a weird lobby where everyone's disappeared? They're not. They're on track with you, Jim. You're just doing a great job. Racer Brown already in. Already. He doesn't like those softs. He's gone in. Is he going to do a hard set for 5 laps and then finish the race on softs? Who knows? It's a tricky one. There's Guesty. He's stayed with the hard tyre. And he's already ahead of Racer Brown. Well, maybe not, because Racer Brown, there is that first corner cut. It looks like they're all flooding by Racer Brown, but I think he will be ahead of them when he comes around this corner. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to change. Yeah, so he's lost the position to Guesty. And Homescalian some 4 seconds behind Racer Brown on a set of softs. Racer Brown's gone to a set of hard tyre. Interesting strategy, that. Is he just doing 5 laps right in the middle of the race with half a tank of fuel, lighter fuel load? Come in and get the softs on and put new fuel in, possibly. Guesty staying with the hard compound all the way, he says. Those soft boys are gonna, I could run these twice over, a set of softs, and maybe he's taking them as deep into this race as he possibly can and just finish the race on a set of softs. That would make sense. That's what I think Anton Poyker will do with that set of softs. Just keep running them until he can't run them anymore and come in and get some hards. Jim's come in. He's had enough with the soft tyre. And Guesty moves up into second place without a pit stop. Great stuff. And but he's got Racer Brown, who's on a hard tyre, so he's not going to catch him too quickly. The threat is Homesick Alien with his early pit stop, but he's going to have to pit again, I am pretty sure. And so will Haza. Katula came in quite early for a set of softs as well. I don't think these softs are going to last unless they're getting them from the Magic Soft Racing Soft Shop. I think they're going to have to make more pit stops in this race. Ensign Newer also. Bandit. So Drim coming back out though. It looks like he's going to be behind Shuren, doesn't it, in 8th. There, he's got Ensign Newer breathing down his neck. Oh, and he's on the hard tyre. But he's got to ignore him. He's got to ignore him because I just don't think these guys on the softs, Jim, let him go, man, because he's that soft. He's going to have to come in again. You possibly could go to the end of the race on those hards or pit and get softs again. But Ensign Newer, he's not going to get those tyres to the end of the race, where Jim may do. Jim may get those hards to the end of the race. Who knows? And Bandit 5 seconds behind him. Skyjacker way out of this race. He's on the hards, 30 seconds behind Bandit. And, it is deflating, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know what you're going to pick up along the way. Anton Poyker, who's just put a lap on Skyjacker, but his tyres starting to look like they're losing some cohesion, although he's still doing those 25s. He has dropped into the 7s. From early 25s to late 25s now. Guesty on the hards. He's in the mid-26s at the moment. Racer Brown on his hards. He's doing mid-25s. Homescaling on those softs is doing mid-24s and catching Racer Brown up at a rate of knots. But Racer Brown could possibly be going to the end of the race. Well, I don't know. He didn't top up with the fuel. So, yeah, I'm going to go with my first theory that he's going to come in just to do the 5 laps, and this is his 3rd lap on him. Let's have a sip of this coffee. I don't know who it was who made it. It sounded Swedish/German. I wasn't sure about his accent, but he's cheap, so, you know, we keep him around. I think it was trying to be that caterpillar out of Bug's Life. So Racer Brown then, third place, 5 seconds behind Guesty, who has pitted, Racer Brown pitted for the hards. Guesty has stayed out on the set of tyres he started with, as has Anton Poika, but Anton Poika's tyres are starting to go away from him. Racer Brown is catching up Guesty. Homesick Alien catching up Racer Brown, but look at his tyres, they're starting to get worn. Haza looking after his in a little bit of a better one, the Honda, a little tidier on its tyres, it seems, although Anton Poika does wear them out, so maybe the Honda isn't that much tidier. It's just Haza is tidier on his tyres. He's giving Homesick Alien something to think about. Katula, he's 4 seconds just under behind them. His tyres are looking quite tidy, actually. They're better, and he did pit a bit later than those guys. Strategies are all over the place. They've thrown the strategy book right out the window, haven't they? They've all gone off in all sorts of different directions. It's the Binotto school of strategies here at Interlagos. Ensign Newer, he's starting to feel them softs going away from him underneath. He's only 6.7 seconds ahead of Jim, who's on a nice set of sturdy hards. 27.2 from Jim last time around. He's got Bandit catching him up, but his softs will run out before Jim's hards will. And Ensign Newer at 25.1, so it is a 2-second difference. And those tyres they're still quite new, but he did look like he was wiggling around a little bit in those corners. So I think Jim will see those guys again. Sharen's doing great guns there. He's trying to catch Katula up. Did a 24.9. Katula at 24.8, so nothing between the Nissan and the Nissan. They're both Nissans. So, yeah, whoosh. Is he car 28? He's car 81. Don't want to snitch anyone up, Katula, but your designated car number doesn't match up. Did you no, you couldn't have downloaded it. Why would it say 81 on it, but 28 on his thing? Not to be a snitch or anything, but Racer Brown, look, right next to his flag. It says 28. And Sharen, he knows how to do it, look, 69. And he's 3.5 seconds from Katula, so he's dropped a bit, I think, on this lap. He was getting closer than that. And Racer Brown on those hards, Katula's caught him up. Katula on his older softs has caught up with Racer Brown, and this is beautiful. Katula giving Racer Brown something to think about. As Guesty in second, Anton Poika leading on a really old set of softs. He did a 26.5. Where did he get that from? His lap times are a little bit all over the place. Did a 27.1 and then a 26.5. Guesty, he's steadily in the early 27s. 28 seconds behind Anton Poika, so Anton Poika's made a pit stop. Anyway, he could probably get in and get out before the field comes around. Guesty, he's only 2 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien will have to pit again because those tyres are looking abused and used. Haza, he's looking after his tyres a bit better than the Alien, but still I think he's not going to finish the race on those softs, possibly, if he wants them to look like Anton Poika's, but still, it's a big ask. Racer Brown on those hard tyres, I imagine he's going to the end and hoping all these soft runners around him burn their tyres out. Anton Poika comes in, dead on halfway. He's going to get the yards on, he's going to try and go all the way. Can he stay out ahead of Guesty? Is Guesty tempted to come in? His hard tyres still look fresh, don't they? They still look quite good. I'd be surprised, but he has got Homesick Alien and Haza catching him up very, very fast. But 20 minutes on a set of softs. He's going in. So Guesty halfway, he's getting rid of the hard tyres. As has Anton. Oh no, Anton Poiker's had to put on the hard tyre. So Guesty going on to the soft tyre. That'll be interesting. Homesick Alien now leading this race ahead of Haase. But I suggest they're going to have to pit again before the end of the race. Cthulhu might be able to get those softs to last to the end, but it'll be astonishing. They'll be in a state. And Racer Brown, I imagine he's going to the end in the hards. So where's Anton Poiker come out in? Third place. So I thought, well, yeah, I thought he had a pit stop in him, but Homesick Alien and Haase just managing to get ahead of him. But like I said, Anton Poiker's not going to have to pit again. I think Homesick Alien and Haase are going to pit. Cthulhu, where did Guesty come out then? Where's Guesty ended up? How did that happen? How did that happen? He put similar fuel in, but for some reason, Guesty... Oh, he was 28 seconds behind Anton Poiker, I suppose, wasn't he? Yeah, so Guesty down in 9th, but let's have a look. He's on the soft tyre. Can he get that soft tyre go all the way to the end? I'm pretty sure he could. And he's got Bandit, whose tyres are pretty done. They're about just coming up to halfway red. So a Bandit, he's going to be wanting to come in and change those tyres before 18 minutes elapses. Ensign Newer, his tyres are not looking too healthy as well. Racer Brown's back in, he's done them 5 laps. We wondered if he was going to go all the way or just do the 5 laps. He's opted for just the 5 laps. Come in, change them, get back out. Well, it's probably a few more than 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's probably done about 7 on those hard tyres. Haase now, he's ahead of Homesick, but we've had a bit of a collision, and now Homesick's gone ahead, and Anton Poiker's right there as well. And my word, we've got a battle royale here. Homesick Alien's tyres are absolutely torn. When we cut to it, Haase was in front, Homesick Alien making a move. There was a small bit of contact, and Homesick Alien maintained, he went ahead. I don't suppose he wants to redress, even if he could, because Anton Poiker's right there, and so is Cthulhu. Woo-wee! Homesick Alien again. I think he's got grip problems out there, and Haase tries to go ahead of the Alien, and he does. Homesick Alien tucking in behind Haase. Will they go in and get another set of softs on? They've had these softs on for a while now. Another set of softs for the end. I think Homesick Alien knows he's got to come in and change them. He's back ahead of Haase. How bizarre. And they're in. No, Homesick in. The others stay out. Whoa. Interesting stuff. So Haase stays out on that old set. So does Cthulhu. Anton Poiker is just waiting to take the lead over again. And says, come on, boys. You know it's my lead. I had 28 seconds before my pit stop. So I should be way out there. Way out in the lead. Shiren in 4th. See, does it again, doesn't he? Shiren just sneaks up there, gets up there in some interesting positions. Ensign Newer, head down, followed Homesick Alien, like I suggested. And look, he's up with the big boys in 5th place, but these guys are all got a pit, surely. Leaving Guesty in a glorious way to get back up into 2nd place, possibly, for Guesty. Homesick Alien out of the pits, behind Guesty, so that's 1. But Homesick Alien on the softs, and he's up against Racer Brown, who pitted for those hards to put a set of softs on. And Racer Brown, I imagine, the last thing he wanted to see was the Nissan of Homesick Alien appearing in front of him. I bet he thought he'd got the job done on the Alien, on his outlap, chasing down Guesty. And this race, this strategy hasn't gone well for Racer Brown at the moment, but he's looking like he's going to get the move done on the Alien, but the Alien makes the move to the apex and holds position ahead of Racer Brown. And what a battle. Haase and Cthulhu do go in. Anton Poiker out, back in the lead. Shiren's going to come in as well. Is Ensign Newer? No, Ensign Newer's sticking with it. You're not going to get those tyres to the end, boy. And if you're losing to... Boy. Son. Listen, son. You ain't going to get that car to go to the end. And if you're losing a lot of time, change your tyres. All right? Bandit also staying out, but his tyres look pretty torn up. Guesty on his softs, making his way through. I said 2nd place. My word, he's only got Ensign Newer. And I've already had a word with Ensign. Said those tyres ain't going to get to the end. What are you doing? What are you staying out for? You're losing time. All your competitors have pitted. They're going to be out the pits and going faster than you while you're struggling. Get in there. Get them changed. Same as you, Turtle, Bandit. Homescaling then in, out, on the softs. Head of Racer Brown in 5th place. Haza and Catula have ended up behind those guys because they pitted a lap later. See, Ensign, what happens if you pit a lap later? Get yourself in, lad. Not looking for a hero, just looking for a handful of points. So Homesick Alien then in 5th place. Just got Bandit ahead, and I think Bandit might have to pit before the end of this race. Just under 14 minutes of racing left to do. Guesty is catching Ensign Newitt hand over fist. Ensign Newitt's tyres are screaming for mercy. Mercy! Mercy! And there he goes. Ensign Newitt's going in to relieve that set of racing softs. Even may liberate them, save them from the torture they were going through. And Guesty steps up into 2nd place. Fruity, where is he in the championship, eh? Because that's going to give him a great boost in the arm. Guesty at the, well, after round 1. He's got the points for race 1. He was 6th on 21 points. A point behind Shiren, 3 points behind the Alien. This is going to be an exciting championship, ladies and gents. It's one worth sticking in. Tuesdays in your calendar. Do not miss out. Oh, we've got a cracking one going on Thursday as well. And we've got a load of new things coming up on the horizon. I saw the cheeky MX-5s are coming back on Friday evening soon. Watch this space. And the Sunday Super Sprint, which that's going to be coming very soon as well. Anton Poiker is leading by 17 seconds. Guesty in 2nd. He's 5 seconds ahead of Bandit, who now Bandit, they're all catching him up. Here goes Homesick Alien all the way around. Now Racer Brown, but Racer Brown's got stuck behind Bandit. Who's behind? Haza's there. Haza's right on Racer Brown. Racer Brown can't be held up too much. And now he's really trying to bite away past Bandit, and Haza's up the inside of Racer Brown. No, Racer Brown's still maintaining position. He's gone up the inside of Bandit. And my word, he couldn't waste no time there because he's got Haza on his case. And Homesick Alien is laughing. 1.5 seconds he gained out of that corner. And Racer Brown, Haza, Bandit's going to go into the pits. And Catula gets the position for 6th place there. 2 seconds behind Haza, and Racer Brown again side by side with Haza in turns 1, 2. You see, that's 3, so it must be 4 at the end of that straight. I always say 3. Jesus, my God, these races are absolutely thrilling. So Anton Poiker is your leader on the hard tyre, 16 seconds. Guesty, he's on the softs, he's doing 24 fours. Anton Poiker's doing 26 ones. But we've seen this before. Guesty could catch up, but I just don't think he'll have the tyre at the end of the race to fight with Anton Poiker. Homesick Alien 5 seconds adrift of Guesty with fresher tyres. So Guesty, that isn't done and dusted, and Homesick Alien's got the fastest lap of the race so far, and Homesick Alien is electric. He's on fire! No! Way! Take that! But that's really giving Racer Brown a run on him. Oh my God, what was this? He's showing off when he's showboating. Giving himself a mild heart attack. Homesick Alien there. And now Racer Brown and Haza all up in his business, and he gained a bit of ground on those guys where they were racing each other, and he's been dragged right back into that battle. And now Racer Brown looks like he's got a run on the Alien for the first corner. The Alien's staying way over to the left, trying to keep that higher ground. Anakin, I've got the higher ground. It's over. And yes, Homesick Alien taking that higher ground and chopping Racer Brown's arms and legs off and turning him to the dark side. Haza all over Racer Brown like a rash, a little Honda rash, and he's making a right fight for it there. And this is all playing into Catula and Shiren's hands. Well, not so much Shiren, but Catula is only 1.2 seconds away from that little battle ahead, and he could get in on the action here. Shiren in 7th, ahead of Ensign, who's just put that set of softs on. He's ahead of Bandit, whom is ahead of Jim, whom is ahead of Skyjacker. He has come in and got rid of those hard tyres, has Skyjacker, and I imagine he'll be going for some fast laps in this last remaining 10 minutes, or 9.5 minutes, as Anton Poiker 14 seconds. So Guesty not really making too much of an impact into that lead at the moment. He is doing 24s, where Anton Poiker in the 26s. So yeah, I suppose he's got to be making some sort of impact on him. Homesick Alien looking good for a podium, but he's got Racer Brown and Haza behind. And oh my word, Racer Brown up the maintaining against Haza. Haza was on the attack then. Catula in a ringside seat. We haven't done any in-car. Here we go. Whoosh. Let's get on Catula. He's going to be saying, stop pressing that bloody button. You're giving it away. Although I think when they're driving around, they can all see their numbers anyway. Haza going for a move on the inside of Racer Brown. Thinks better of it. Racer Brown really wide. Oh, we know what happens when you go on those curves. You get into a bit of a spin action. And Racer Brown really is under the cosh at the moment. Now Catula's drawn himself into this battle, and Homesick Alien again gets to breathe a sigh of relief as he pulls away from this battle. And Shiren is 8 seconds behind us, and not quite in the shout here. As you see the battle for the podium, really, this is these 4 cars all fighting out. And Guesty, they were catching Guesty up as well, weren't they? When we saw Homesick Alien, he's lost time on Guesty. He was 5 seconds behind Guesty. He's now 6.3 seconds behind Guesty. Guesty is pulling in Anton Poiker about a second a lap. We are just coming up to 7.5 minutes left of racing here. That's flown by. My word. Wow. Shows when you're having fun. Well, while I remember, can you not forget to hit like? Or can you hit like? And if you're not subscribed, it sounds so cheesy, but subscribe, because I see other people doing YouTube videos and they always say it. I don't actually know what it does. I know if you subscribe, that means you can go to your subscriptions, and it subscribes at the bottom menu, and it shows you if someone you've subscribed to has streamed recently, which is handy. It helps me when I'm looking for something. And oh, go on Guesty, go for it, my son. Anton Poiker though looking set for his second win of the season. 1 each round so far. Could have won the first race, but the fates, racing sim gods, had it against him. And the like thing, I'm not sure really. I don't know if that's just for my ego, or if it's for the streamer's ego, or if it's some YouTube users. Because you think they just look at the views. Would they care if someone liked it or not? If they watched it, they reckon you watch something more that you don't like than you do if you do like it anyway, just to see how bad it is. So don't watch the videos. I don't know, but yeah, just like it because everyone else tells you to. So I'm assuming that you should. Must be a YouTube rule. Anton Poiker, another second dropped on Guesty, but 6 minutes remaining. It's a big ass from Guesty, and those tyres are going away. Homesick Alien still keeping Racer Brown, but Racer Brown shook off the threat of Haza, and now Catula's having a look at Haza, and this battle for the podium is not giving in. And Homesick Alien has got his hands full in that Nissan, keeping Racer Brown in the Lexus behind him for the next 5.5 minutes. Depending on when they cross the line, it might be an extra minute on top of that. Homesick Alien in the Nissan. Steady as she goes, trying to keep the floodgates closed, because he's got a queue now of Racer Brown, Haza and Catula. And what a struggle he's got on his hands. Guesty sitting pretty in second place. It's got to be said, he's lost a bit of ground to the Alien. And Homesick Alien, I imagine, on that set of tyres, does not want to push too hard into the corners. And, Racer Brown, he's lining him up now, isn't he? Let's get on board. He's gone out wide. Homesick Alien keeping that inside line, but it looks like Racer Brown, oh, they're both breaking at the same point, and Homesick Alien manages just to stay ahead. And Racer Brown has to be wary Yet he's got Haza nipping at his heels as well, so he can't be too flamboyant on his overtake of Homesick Alien and leave himself open for the Cthulhu and Haza. And Cthulhu's going for a move in the corner. You should not go for a move in, and he makes it. Did make a bit of contact. He'll be lucky if Haza wants to put that into stewards. It didn't look too bad, but still, I don't know, would he have made the corner without Haza there? That's the question the stewards would have to ask themselves looking at the video. And Homesick Alien still holding back the floodgates. And Cthulhu getting that cheeky move done on Haza, and I imagine Haza will have some retribution and want to make the move back. He's losing a lot of points, is Haza here, with his fellow countryman taking a win. And Homesick Alien, can he keep this podium? Just 3.5 minutes left of racing. That's a couple of laps still to go. And I daren't cut away to anything, because these four are absolutely locked into a battle royale on board with Haza as he closes in on the battle of the podium. Ahead of him he has Cthulhu. There is Racer Brown ahead of Cthulhu, and Homesick Alien sitting in third. That's the position these three are all wanting. And Homesick Alien has got a massive target on his back, and Cthulhu going for a move around the outside of Racer Brown. That was brave, but he got out of it, because, man alive, that could have been messy. But now it looks like Racer Brown is in trouble from Cthulhu. As Cthulhu looks after his tyres do look like they're in a bit of a better state than Racer Brown's. Homesick Aliens are in the worst state of all of them. He is clinging on with that Nissan, as you can see. He's flicking it one way and flicking it another. Anton Poika, steady as she goes. He's lost more time to Guesty, but with only less than 2.5 minutes of racing left to go, it looks like him and his Honda are in a solid position there to get this win. Guesty, solid second place. It's his to lose. Homesick Alien, he's going to have a broken back by the end of this, having to keep all of these guys at bay. My gosh. Racer Brown lining him up again, and he's got a bit of space now with Cthulhu behind, and he can try and eke down the inside. And wow, he just turned that from nothing. Homesick Alien's going to plant it around the outside, but I don't know if he's got the grip with his tyres. He's coming back on the inside, but Racer Brown's maintained it, and he made that move from nothing, did Racer Brown. He just got to wiggle up the inside. He didn't let the Alien cut off him, and now he's doing the same to the Alien, keeping that inside line. And Homesick Alien having to go around the outside, and he's opted to go around the outside with those older tyres. And oh God, he's clung on to it, but Racer Brown's still there, and Cthulhu and Haza are there waiting for one of these to make a mistake, as Homesick Alien tries to go on the attack to Racer Brown again, and he's going to put Homesick Alien wide, and that's going to give Haza a run on the Alien. The Alien, he's having to defend and fight at the same time. It's a real struggle, and oh my word, Homesick Alien maintained that podium position for so long, and he's still fighting Racer Brown for it. And here is Cthulhu. He's got himself back ahead, and oh, Racer Brown, I thought he saw him making a wiggle in the background, but he's all right. And what's the timer say? 40 seconds. They've got another lap to do after this one. Absolutely delicious. Has Anton Poika already crossing the line, has Guesty. No, Guesty's just crossing the line now as a Racer Brown. It looks like he's got the podium position all sorted out. They've got 30 seconds before the timer runs out, so they all have to do another lap, so anything can still happen. Oh my gosh, Shiren then gets another lap in, and Ensenua under no he's not, it's a lap down. Sorry, I thought Ensenua was under pressure from Skyjacker. So Ensenua coming up, and I think he's going to have to do a lap actually. The timer is still ticking down, and he does. So it'll be Jim that finishes first in ninth. No, Skyjacker's already finished. Sorry. So where's that battle? Racer Brown. Oh no, Homesick Alien's dropped behind Cthulhu now. I apologise. So Racer Brown in third, Cthulhu in fourth, looking after those tyres. Homesick Alien back with Haza. And it's been an absolute pleasure with these guys. Here comes Anton Poika up the hill. This win was never in doubt. From the off, he did everything he needed to do, and he did it well. Here he comes, Anton Poika with one stop, takes the win. Superb driving. Guesty, a solid drive again, another one. Stuck with the hard tyres, made it work with one stop. And he comes home in a fabulous second place. Cracking stuff, Guesty. Third place goes to Racer Brown after some hard fighting with the Alien. And Gertula gets fourth. Homesick Alien manages to keep Haza at bay for fifth. And Haza gets sixth. And seventh for Shiren. Ensign Uric coming up in eighth. I don't think I said to Racer Brown, take a boo, my son. And Ensign Hewitt. Jim's already finished in ninth. Bandit for 10th. 11th for Skyjacker. And there comes Ensign Hewitt to grab a great 8th place. Good points. Good points. And breathe. Wow. Is that not hectic? There he is, Anton Poika, with his coral and his trophy. Lovely stuff. And I'll take you to the race results. We'll have a quick read of the stream, and then we'll go to the race. We'll talk about the race results. So, here we go. There was some chat before that. Skyjacker saying he didn't like the Group 2. I said about the Group 3. He said it's fine, but the traits don't go over to the Group 2. And he did say Anton would be classified last place in that first race. Turtle says pole position is like a knife to the throat. It freaks him out. Skyjacker said, what a shocker. And Turtle saying hard tyres ain't me friend. No, I don't think there were many people's friends in that race. So let's have a look at the results after that. Anton Poika took the win. Never in doubt, really, starting from pole. Guesty got in second place there. Great drive from Guesty. Racer Brown in the end coming through to get that final podium position. Kind of feel for the Alien, though, don't you? It did look like it was his, but them tyres just didn't last out for him. Cthulhu, sneaky one in there. Great drive from Cthulhu, really, for fourth place. He stayed out a lap or two, you see, when homesick. And Haza pitted. I think Cthulhu stayed out for a lap or two, and that made all the difference. So Cthulhu getting fourth, Homesick Alien in fifth, Haza in sixth, Shiren seventh, Ensign Hewitt in eighth, Jim in ninth, Bandit in 10th, Skyjacker in 11th. Homesick Alien got the fastest lap with a 1:23.441, and I for one cannot wait to see what that championship table looks like, with Racer Brown getting a win and a podium, Anton Poika getting a win, and yeah, I think Guesty getting some good points. That's going to mix it up. Mix it up, I say. It's going to mix it up. So, don't forget, Thursday, we continue on to the Renault Megane Trophy Season 2. And that is heating up. Join us for round... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Round 7 at Willow Springs. That's Thursday evening. We'll be live streaming. Friday, I think we're trying to get some Clio action going again. But I've not looked at the sign-up recently, but the last time I looked, it was like one person. It's still one person. Good old Jim. So, I don't know. Friday might not happen, because it doesn't look like there's a lot of interest in Clios around Bathurst. I thought that sounded cracking to me. I couldn't wait. Love a bit of Bathurst. Love the Clios. Thought it'd be great. So Friday, possibly not, but we have got the Max 5 coming, and that does look like it's filling up nicely with sign-ups. And what else is there? And the Sunday Sprint Madness is coming on the horizon. That's got a few signed up. 7 so far. And they'll be racing the Toyota SFRs for that. So plenty of action. It's all on GT Sport, I'm afraid. I'm still watching out all these other groups trying to run GT7, and they're still not working. You're not missing anything, guys, out there, honestly. You may as well just have a nice solid lobby with good racing rather than bouncy lobbies, rickety lobbies, cars that don't look like they're on the track. Trust me, it's It's better this way. We're sticking with sport for now. And Ensign Hewitt says in the chat, he cheers everyone. It was hectic, Ensign. I've got to say that was hard work around here. And Skyjack saying thank you, Thingy and RB. I know RB probably wants to close the room down so he can start his race analysis. I know he spends at least 2 hours afterwards watching every single person in the stream. Not in the stream, but in the replay, to try and hone his skills. That's all he does outside of racing, is hone his skills. So I'll let him get the lobby shut down. I was your broadcaster and your commentator. I started. I didn't even have my sheet in front of me. I was really confident I was going to find it. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Hugh Jass. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. We'll see you Thursday night with the Renault Megans. Peace and love. Peace and love.